Hey, good day. This is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Hello. Just get done reading the fourth chapter of Grant Cardone's book, 10x Rule. Uh, we are going to post this here in a moment. Make sure I've got it right. Here we are. This is, I guess, page 32. But I thought this quote was very powerful, and it's a mindset and it should be an action set, which is takes on more meaning if you apply it. So let's put this here. This is the quote from him. I think you can only quote so much. So let me take some of this out because I think you can only post so much in this. So let's do this. There, we got it now. It's and I'll read it because this is not the full quote. This is only a partial quote. Um, Facebook or YouTube doesn't allow you to do that much in that. So let me read this here. Get to the right spot here again. You must constantly demand success as your duty, obligation, and responsibility. I'm going to show you how to guarantee that this happens in any business or an industry at any time, despite all obstacles and in whatever volumes you desire. Success must be approached from an ethical viewpoint. Success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility. And he repeats that. Let's go back here to the book. I thought this was very revealing, to say the least. He talks about how he failed early in life, almost died of overdoses, I guess, with drugs and alcohol. Was going nowhere, had no purpose, had no drive, early 20s, uh, no focus. Uh, but he said one false misnomer is that people believe that success can be overnight. No one who has been very successful has done it overnight. No one. Not any business, product, act, or band has had overnight success. No one. You need to understand the mental stakes and the actions, of course, and the failures that people went through, the drive they've had to use to become a success. Uh, you don't see the countless actions taken when these people actually created and acquired their much deserved victory, quote unquote. Um, Success comes about as a result of mental and spiritual claims to own it, followed by taking necessary actions over time until it is acquired. If you approach it with less gusto than the ethical and moral duty, obligation, and responsibility to your family, your company, or your future, you will most likely not create it. And now, you have to understand that success is created and worked on so it can be created. It's not given. Uh, you have much more, you'll have even more difficulty keeping it if you don't go after it with a great deal of drive. I guarantee that you, your family, and your company will begin to suffer, consider success as to be a responsibility as an ethical issue, then everything else will immediately start to shift. And he says also, ethics are certainly a personal issue. Most people must and would agree that being ethical is not necessarily limited to telling the truth or not stealing. Our obligation of ethics can certainly be expanded from that. Perhaps even to include the notion that we are required to live up to the potential which we have been blessed. We must have so he's saying we must have an ethical obligation to live up to the potential which we are blessed. I even suggest that failing to insist upon abundant amounts of success is somewhat unethical, quote unquote. I've been reading from his book, so I haven't been saying quote unquote, but to the degree that we elect, uh, I'm going to misquote this, to the degree that we neglect our personal best, that's failing, and that is a violation of ethics. I'm misquoting that purposely, but it just fits better in my mind that way. You must certainly demand success as your obligation, duty, and responsibility. I am going to show you how to guarantee that this happens in any business or industry at any time, despite all obstacles and in whatever volumes you desire. Success must be approached from an ethical viewpoint. Success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility, quote unquote. So this book, the 10x Rule, by Grant Cardone, is very powerful. So let's go in here and put this in here. And this was a Kindle edition, of course. I'm going to copy this and stick it in here. But it's important to understand that this is our ethical obligation. Um, this all started with the Entree Institute and working with a coach, getting involved in the program, uh, getting into the system. We have specific individuals teaching us and training us. A supervisor, a senior supervisor. We have other people to help us close. We have an educational system in multiple levels. We have three different fundamental businesses we train people in at the same time: affiliate, uh, e-commerce or store, and digital consulting. So all those things together, but you have to, and they teach you where to get money from, uh, to market. They teach you how to market. They have a tax consultant on how to set up an LLC. When you get these three businesses going and make enough money coming in, they'll go to a higher level, teach you how to invest that into real estate and digital currencies. Uh, this stuff is powerful. So we recommend that you seriously look at it and learn what's going on. The link is there to do that. Uh, it'll cost you $3,000 to get in, but the training is incredible. I've looked at a lot of different programs, but enough emphasis was not enough emphasis was put on selective skill sets, both mindsets, action sets, or skill sets, expertise in several different areas: taxes, marketing, closing, uh, uh, sales, um, getting into specific businesses and training people to work with that foundation, where to get the money from. Um, so it's well set up, well established, FDC approved, as far as going to their lawyers, making sure that they're in compliance. Um, Getting on people that make false claims. They had an individual that was a 20-some-year-old out of London. He was making 25K a month, but started putting false claims on how much he was doing with fancy cars and a fancy place. They shut him down, gave his money back. Uh, they can't have these false claims. It's just legally and morally wrong, and they clean house. So they're serious about what they do and how they do it. They're effective at 85% success rate. 15% don't make it, even with their help. And that's just the way it is. So it's a pretty good success rate for those that are willing to learn and do what they need to do. Anyhow, the affiliate link is there if you want to look at it. There's more information going to come, but this quote from Grant Cardone 10x rule, I thought was really powerful to make it an ethical responsibility to use and do. So, again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Take a look at the Entree system, the affiliate links there. Look at Jeff Lerner and what he's doing in that video. And whatever you do, make sure that success becomes an ethical obligation and responsibility and is taught as a traditional right in yourself and in your family's life and in your children and grandchildren. That's it. It's Roger Martin from Billings, Montana, about 10.5 minutes into this. You can always find me on Facebook. Spend more time there than I do here. We will give you a link to that again and go from there. Wishing you more than success, more than abundance, but joy in starting and creating traditions that will go beyond generations. Again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. There's my Facebook link. Join me on Facebook Live too. We'll have to do some watch parties, follow up with this stuff, and learn to apply these things as a group and get that going as well. Again, good day. This is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Take a look at Grant Cardone's book, 10xRule. Take a look at Entree and their educational training systems and see what they can do for you. This is well worth your time, to say the least. Again, good day. Remember, success should become an ethical obligation. And you should be more fully responsible to create more and more volumes of success and lead that as a family and personal tradition that carries on from generation to generation. Good day.